So there, hope you all went to the document yesterday, whatever I said you to go through. And one important thing I would like to mention to everybody: we are having a lot of knowledge in any field, whatever we're interested. We're having a lot of knowledge, but the issue starts not in not knowing, but not putting into practice what we are knowing. So unless we take an action of whatever we have learned, there is going to be not much benefit for us, because knowing does not give us any benefit. The only benefit what knowing can give is making you feel guilty that you are not doing in spite of knowing something. So ignorance is some way not going to give you a stress, but you know something and not doing something is actually a problem for yourself. That is why I say everything to somebody whom I get a chance to, so that one day they will have to change. So that is my main intention of telling everything in detail. So I have given the document to you, and I've said you anybody can follow, and I've said you whoever follows will have an improvement in their health. And that is not a false claim. That document uh, is a summarization of almost 40 years of my father's experience and a small experience of mine. So it is after doing something and seeing the results that has been made to suit almost everybody universally, irrespective of their place where they live, occupation or age or anything, that can suit a lifestyle in a very better way, and it is very healing in nature. So I thought I should tell whatever we have learned little bit detailed way, because we have a lot of time. We can see one by one every day, so that you know the importance of each thing, and you yourself can decide when to compromise what in case of a requirement. So you should be able to decide yourself if there is any alteration required, and even to stress to yourself that something is more important, which you might not think it is more important. I thought it's a good idea to share some things in detail. So in that way, first thing what I would like to say is, any organism born on this earth has four basic instincts. Okay, and these are the four basic instincts. These four are present right from the birth. You do not have any kind of intelligence to experience all these things. Even if you are not having much intelligence, these all things are very natural and common. Okay, one thing is, first thing you require is food. Food is very important. Then sleep. Then your emotions. The basic emotion is fear. One of the strongest emotion is fear. Other all emotions have an end. Fear does not have an end. We'll talk about that the other day. Then next thing is a biological mate, a company. It is not just for the mating purpose. You require a company. Anybody requires a company. So in times of any disease, illness, either in the body or the mind, all these four will be affected. Either they can be of much high requirement, or there is no requirement at all. Either it is extreme or there is nothing. For example, a person may sleep excessively, or they may not sleep at all. A person may want huge quantity of food, or they are not able to eat at all. So it can go both extremes. Similarly, in a very high positive health, in physical and mental level, again, you may eat more, or you may not need food at all. So the extremes can be a part of your disease or health. We should have the intelligence to know when some extreme happens naturally, we should know whether it's a disease process or health process. But you can blindly say anybody you meet in your life, they have disturbance in any of these in extremes, they are in disease process. Because in health process, if they achieve freedom from this, for example, a person does not require food, a person does not require sleep, a person does not have any emotional turmoil, a person does not require a company. He is good all by himself. These all come by practice, not just like that. A certain age a person attains, these things will come. No, it is not like that. He does something, a practice, he has to work for it, he has to aim for it, and then he can achieve these things. Because these can come to you, but with the practice, with an effort. Okay. And another thing, doing mistakes in any of these things, for example, voluntarily you do a mistake in any of these things, it can affect the deep core of the whole fabrication of body and mind of a person. Okay, because these four are very basic, they can affect very deeply. How deeply? It can even be carried to your generation, and sometimes it can result in irreversible damage. Body does not like it, so it always try to cover up, but please understand it can happen. Okay. And so this is the reason we are going to discuss these four topics initially. But today we will talk only about one thing, that's about sleep. Why about sleep? Because, see, we have food. You may like food. How much ever you try to eat, there's a limit for eating food. See, some foods you can eat more than other food, but still there is a limitation for eating a food. Either your stomach gets full or you don't like to eat it more again. You know, at least you want a change of food, you at least you want a change of taste, texture, something, because the same thing eating is not really nice unless you're really hungry. So in when you're not hungry, you cannot overeat the food beyond some limit. So there is a limitation, and once you eat some food, you can feel satisfied, either artificial satisfaction, which is not very natural, which is not very normal. Like you feel satisfied yourself, the body doesn't feel satisfied, you feel satisfied yourself, or you actually feel satisfied. Anything can happen with food. But in sleep, what happens? You can overdo to a level that it can become like an addiction. How much are food you're addicted to? You can't continuously eat food. You can't eat food 24 hours. But there are some people who can sleep 24 hours and they can sleep the next 24 hours. Some foods can cause this, but they themselves can make this happen. For example, you are in a closed room with no fresh air, with no fresh light, no natural sunlight. The body goes into a kind of, see, old air makes you very dull. So you're always in this state. Similar to alcohol, your body can get deprived of its natural freshness. Now this air becomes toxic, then you go into a kind of half sleep. You are awake, but you don't know what is happening. Something like what happens in a classroom. You know what is happening, but you can't recall any of those things. So that kind of things, it progresses further. It can go into very bad things. So if you correct sleep, other all things get better, including digestion of the food, the way you feel hunger, the way you feel to work. So that's why even the document, if you had gone through, it starts from evening. The document does not start from today morning, you get up and do. No, it does not do that. Because getting up is not a function of the next day morning. Getting up is a function of your sleep. So unless your sleep is proper, your getting up is not going to be enthusiastic. It is not going to be very pleasant. So I start from evening. Evening 6 to 9, what you do will decide tomorrow morning 9 to 6 what you're able to do. So please take care of your everyday evening, because that is going to be a actual preparation for next day working. Your sleep is not only rest for the day, it is also the preparation for next day. So if you eat a wrong food, it may affect you for that day and passively for the next 3-4 days. But if you deprive yourself for sleep one day, even your natural life practice will be disturbed. That's why we talk about sleep. And let us a little bit more about sleep. See, everybody knows about sleep. They have some idea. Somebody might have even read somewhere about sleep. Uh, but in simple terms, sleep is a physiological and psychological rest to body and mind. See, the physiology, the normal body actions, functions requires a rest. Now, so for example, I didn't have food from morning till night. So is my digestive organs not in a rest? No, not necessarily. Even though you don't eat anything, you are awake. If you are awake, the body knows it has to create hunger at some point of time. There is hunger, you don't eat, then it has to do something else. Preparation for hunger. The thoughts, whatever goes in your brain and mind, that has an effect inside your body, including your stomach, every other organ, right? So, not just eating food is not going to be rest for the digestive organs. That's what I'm wanting to say. Not working is not a rest to the muscles. No, even if you are not working, if you are awake, it is not complete relaxation. So only sleep can give you a very good rest to your body and rest to the mind. But we should also know, only if the quality of sleep is very good, then the mind and body gets a good rest. Because how long you sleep is not important, how good was your sleep is more important. Because if the quality of sleep is very good, even a limited duration of sleep would do. That is superior health. When your health improves much better, you can reduce your sleep at will. Okay. So what creates unhealthy sleep? Food is a primary reason unhealthy sleep. See, I'm not putting into consideration a problem in your life which can make you sleepless. No, I'm not talking about that. Normally, a person, the food can change the way a person sleeps. Food can demand more sleep. That sleep is not actually sleep, it's a kind of intoxication. Some foods will keep you awake. Now, how do you handle this along with sleep in a normal routine? So, choosing a proper natural diet is more important to get a good sleep rather than arranging your bedroom properly. Okay, if a person is sleepy, he can sleep even while driving. If a person is not sleepy, he may not sleep even in a 7-star bed. Okay, so it is all about how you prepare yourself normally, physically, for your good sleep also. And another important thing in the consideration of sleep is good air in the surroundings where you sleep. A very old and stale air can make your sleep very difficult. For example, the person may experience a lot of dreams and bad dreams. That happens when there is excess food in the stomach or in the intestine, or the air is very bad. Okay. We may think we saw a dream and we may get up, but our body has not attained the full rest. It has not got its actual recharge. So the food and the air is very, 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 very important when you want to get a good sleep. Okay. And now we have some goals in our life. For example, till a person reaches 20 years of life, they are expected by their parents in many situations. Why my son and daughter are not studying like the neighbor's kid? See, the night till 12 o'clock the light is on. He sleeps by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Why can't he also do hard work? Only if you do hard work you will get good marks. That is one kind of expectation from parents. If you get good marks, they may not expect that. But when you don't get good marks, they want you to do hard work. They want you to do hard work, because those days people used to do work hard. But actual good way of learning or appearing for exam should be, previous day of the exam you sleep sufficiently enough so that you're awake in the exam. What is the fun in sleeping very less previous day and you feel drowsy throughout the exam? See, your body can work under stress, but for a certain duration. Okay, throughout the schedule of exam, it cannot work better. So, for goals, tomorrow you have to present something. Tomorrow there is an important meeting. You have to drive night. You have to go for a job where you are awake in the night. These all things are really not going to help the long-term life. Please don't choose jobs which require you to be awake at the night. Of course, this requires a policy level change in the country, but personally, don't choose a job where you have to be awake at the night. Even when we were ruled by somebody else in our country, we were sleeping at night. Now there is nobody to rule us except our own people. But now we are being awake in the night. For them who has left our country is really, really a foolish idea. Okay. In my opinion, the government should put a law that our countrymen cannot be used by any other countrymen to be working at night. That is a law we have to pass, because the effect of not sleeping is passed down to generations. We are going to create an unhealthy generation because of sleep deprivation. It is not at all a safe thing. Okay. And see, I said you it's a basic instinct. When you alter it yourself, it can result in changing everything else associated with it, because these basic instincts are in our genes right from the time when we were microorganisms. Okay. So these instincts are there for every microorganism. Of course, we don't have any proof that they sleep, but the instincts are there from that time. That's what the importance I want to stress. Okay. And if you don't sleep for a night, just one night, or the you feel sleepy, you postpone that yielding to the sleep by few hours. Either of these two can result in a damage to your body, which you might have to take at least a week to recover if you live naturally. If you again continue to live artificially, artificially means not naturally, means in everything what you do, you disobey the natural law, or in many things you do disobey the natural law, then it will take more time to recover. If you follow everything of what natural law says, you may recover in a day, in a week. Okay. So that's why I think we should know some basic rules while sleeping. Of course, these are there in the document, but still you may not know why something is told there. The first rule: sleep alone. What do you mean alone? When you sleep, there is nobody near you. If they're near you, they are not very near you. Anybody. This rule can have an exception only for ladies and kids. If a lady has a kid, she can sleep along with the kid. How much or close she wants or how much or away she wants, that is up to the kid's requirement and the lady's requirement. But kids can sleep with their mother, and it is safer for a kid to sleep near the mother, because the mother will know how much the kid is sleeping, what happens to the kid while sleeping. Because see, everybody is sleeping, nobody knows what happens to the kid. But a mother is nearby, the mother will know what happens to the kid, what is the reaction in the kid's body during sleep. And the baby and mother connection is much better when they sleep together. Why I am saying we should sleep alone? Because during sleeping, your body resets itself. The energy around you is also getting some changes. If you sleep alone, you work with your energy. Your energy is going to fill you, it is going to do something good to you. If you sleep with somebody else nearby, very close, even if you're husband and wife, what it does is you interfere your energy with others' energy. It may not be always good. For example, if the other person has a bad day at the office, they come back, their sleep is not good, it is going to affect the person who is sleeping near them. Now, this person should himself work on this bad day and come out of it. Okay. Now, why kids should sleep with parents? If the kid was scared for seeing something in the day, or anything could be the reason, sleeping with the mother will actually make the kid stronger, because the mother's energy level will go into the child and make the kid better. So, if you are a mother and you sleep with your kid, please know your thought process, your mind will actually affect the kid. In fact, anybody sleeping near you. So, keep yourself very healthy. If you are not mentally healthy, your kid also will not be very happy if the kid sleeps near you. So, this is not an excuse to keep your kid away. This is the requirement that you keep yourself physically and mentally healthy. So, your energy level body will affect the kid in a very positive way. So, sleeping alone actually helps. Another thing, those days we used to sleep on the floor by putting a mat. Nowadays, everybody has a double bed, king size bed, queen size bed. If one person turns here and there, it will affect the other person. Technologies are coming up so that you never get disturbed. But my question is, why to do that much technology innovation? Just sleep alone. See, the cuddling and sleeping is a culture from West. I don't think in India many were doing that, because those days it was very common. Men sleep outside the home, women and kids sleep inside the home. Only in rainy season, men may come inside. Even in rainy season, every home in India used to have a portion in front of the home where a person can comfortably stay, sleep, eat, do anything without getting wet. Because every home in India used to have it. Nowadays, we are not having it. That is a specialty only Indian homes were having. Men actually usually sleep there. Not only men. Some people not feeling well also used to go there. That's an isolation in the outside environment in a safe way. That's what was happening. So cuddling and sleeping is not very Indian. In Western countries, they have it. So we try to imitate that. We see in movies, the king size bed is not Indian concept. That is not there for a reason. Even kings had their own room, queens had their own room. King size bed was only in some other room. That is how even the rich lived. Always they were not staying together. A personal life betterment is required for a family life integration. So sleeping alone makes you better unless you require an emotional support. Otherwise, try to sleep alone. And in the room, fresh air is a must. Means don't close the window, keep it open. Mosquitoes will come. Have a mosquito net. Do not keep good night all out kind of poisons inside the room. See, they already gave a clue. All out. Why do you want to use all out? It is not just mosquito. All out. A poison for any organism is going to be a poison for us also, because we are also a living organism. That poison every day night is not going to kill you, but please know it is going somewhere inside you and affecting you. Okay, so it is not right to do that. Keep your windows open. Make sure around your windows there is fresh air coming. If you have built your home in a place where there is no fresh air coming, it's a wrong choice, and you have to pay for the consequence. So find ways how to make the air better. Keep some plants. Move to a place where you don't require to keep plants. Already plants are there. It's up to you. It's all your choice. See, all these things are our priority. Don't say these days we can't do. No, that's all your fake explanations. Because there are many people who take it priority and they shift their place, shift their job. They do everything to live naturally. Maybe that becomes more important only when we have disease. But some people are blessed. They do it themselves voluntarily. So fresh air is very important, and do not cover your face with blanket, because there is no point in keeping the windows open but you cover your face while sleeping, because that anyhow makes the air inside the blanket is what you're going to inhale again and again, and it's going to be very toxic. And if you have attached toilet in the bedroom, make sure the bathroom or toilet was kept open, windows and doors throughout the day, so that the moisture inside the toilet and bathroom is not still present and it is dry. I know you may use your bathroom even after the day, but keeping the door and window usually open and letting it dry off faster is a way to keep the toilet and bathroom hygienic. A toilet and bathroom will stink only if it is wet. If it is dry, still it stinks, then only it means you have not flushed the toilet properly. Otherwise, an always wet toilet will have a stink of its own. And there is a floor mat inside that bedroom just near the toilet, right? Which you use when you come from the bathroom. If that is too wet and too old, your old clothes, anything old, your bedspread, they all emit bad air, because that makes the air bad, because the air is in contact touch with those areas. Keep them all clean. Especially, it is wise to put your bedspread, pillow cover, blanket, everything in sunlight at least twice or thrice in a week. It is much better. If you need not wash, just put them in sunlight and get it back. That much would do. At least that much should be done. Changing it 3 days once is a really good idea, but it's all depending upon your interest in washing the blankets and bedspreads frequently. That's up to you to decide. But it should be fresh. So that's the environment preparation. And do not sleep on mattress. When you sleep on mattress, what happens? The body heat will be captured by the mattress and it keeps your spine more hot. This can result in many diseases. The basic thing, you can feel sluggish, you can feel tired, you can feel very low the next day, because all your nervous system originates from the spinal cord. That's at your back. Your whole back is having a connection of nerves. When that is kept in heat throughout the night, because you sleep on a mattress does it. Whichever quality mattress you buy, mattress will keep your back hot. You sleep in air conditioner room, still the back is going to be hot. This reduces the working capacity of all the nerves and indirectly all the organs, sensory organs and motor function organs. So it is not a wise idea. Sleeping on a straw mat is really good. Pai, chape, that's the best thing. because that is a natural insulator, and it will not keep the heat of your body into the body. It will actually eliminate the heat wherever required. It won't take it, but it allows your body to pass on the heat naturally. Okay, so mattress creates accumulation of heat, which is toxic. Stroma doesn't do it. And keep your head towards east or south. North is prohibited because the magnetic radiation is going from north to south. So your head should be at north of the magnetic pole. See, when you say north direction has south magnetic pole. Okay, the south magnetic pole is good for the legs to face. The north south direction is actually having the north magnetic pole. That's why we call it south. So keep your head towards south, so your head passes through the north pole and it goes to the south. That is the natural direction of a magnetic flow. So keep your head in that way. If you keep it opposite, it is not very nice for the body to experience. And east is good. South I told you why it is good. East is good because east and west is the direction of the sun movement. In fact, earth movement, but now we consider sun movement. Sun rises in the east, which is a wrong statement, which we are taught in the school, in the initial years of the school. But when the sun rises in the east, your leg should not face the sun. This is not right in our ritualistic one, spiritual way, religious way. If at all you want to keep your head at the west, it is recommended for people who work in creative jobs, architects, artists, musicians. Creative job, please keep your head in the west if you are living naturally. You can get very creative when you keep your head in the west, but it will work only if you get up before sunrise. If you get up after sunrise, it is going to have bad effects. That creativity will become dreams and disturb your sleep rather than giving you creativity. Okay, so when you keep head in the west, you will get more dreams. Only if you're healthy, you will get a good creativity and you can become very creative. So it is safer to keep your head towards east or south, which will give you longevity of life and good digestive capacity. And when you sleep, you should not have food inside the stomach and intestine for digestion. So it is better your dinner should be at least 3 hours before you sleep. If it is going to be a heavy meal, like you go to a party or a function, then it is different. So try to keep all your home personal parties in the evenings, not in the night. When you are forced to go for any function or party at night, try to eat minimal and natural. If you have to eat something else, eat very minimal so that your sleep is not disturbed. Okay, please remember, evening 6 to 9, what you do decides your next day 9 to 6. Right? So keep your dinner simple and finish it earlier. Like we recommend dinner by 5:30 if you're a normal person. If you want to be very spiritual, eat by 4 o'clock and finish by 4:20 or 4:30. That is for spiritual upliftment. If you want to be normal person, 5:30 to 6, finish it. And one important thing is you have to go to sleep early. And how do you go to sleep early? Do not keep an alarm for when you want to get up. Keep an alarm for when you want to sleep. This is the trick I myself followed and I tell to people, and it works. Keep an alarm for you to sleep at a certain time. For example, keep it alarm at 8:45 if you procrastinate so much. Because from 8:45 to 9:15, you may end up sleeping. If you don't have that habit, you just do what you want to do, you decide to do. The alarm is a reminder. Keep at 8:45 or 9, depending upon your convenience. You can keep it 8:45 for you to prepare for sleeping for 9 o'clock. Because before sleeping, you want to keep some things. You want to check your door is locked. You want to keep some things to prepare for the next day. Do that work by keeping alarm 8:45. 9, go to bed. Sir, my home kids are there, they don't sleep early. I'll tell you a suggestion, which has worked in every family wherever I told. Finish dinner, 1 hour time, then switch off all the lights in the home. Switch off all the lights. Don't keep any light on. Zero lights. The kids will sleep naturally. The lights what we use keep us awake. Okay, kids will naturally feel to sleep when the sun has set. But activity at night, father comes back from office, some TV program is going on, you prepare nice food. This new activity is given again and again in the night time, keep somebody awake. Switch off the light. Adults may not get sleep immediately, but the kids will sleep naturally because darkness is required for sleep. Okay, so for the you don't like excuse, kids are there, we cannot sleep. Somebody is working, we cannot sleep. Explain them why they have to sleep early and make them sleep early so it becomes a habit in the home. This habit forming is very important for the next generation to follow it. Make sleeping early a routine, not just a choice. That should be the nature in anybody's home. Unless this happens in our society, we are going to face some bad things in the future. When these things become bigger, the expression of this sleep depression become bigger, we will face it. Already we are seeing in society as doctors, the digestion is changed, the mood is getting changed, the mindset and character will change when there is sleep deprivation. So sleep early. Try to keep alarm so to remind you so you can stop working and go to sleep. How much or good work you have, important work you have, work will be always there throughout your life. Keep it aside. There is a discipline in the way we were living. That discipline getting back is education's purpose, not achieving and finalizing or finishing a task. No, that's not education. Education is putting a man into a discipline which can take him to higher heights. Because success is a daily thing, health is a daily thing. Daily we have to do something. To run daily, we have to sleep well. Because if we don't sleep well, we cannot run longer, we cannot run for many days. So preparation is very important. That discipline we have to bring into the kids. That is by we following it ourselves. You cannot have an excuse day. No, today I have no. Then the kid also will have excuse. Don't do it. Okay. And when sleeping, some people they roll like a ball. That is not right at all. We have to sleep straight. One thing I didn't write it here, but I'll tell you. You have to sleep either on your back. Okay, legs and hands spread apart. Sleep on your back like that, or sleep by turning towards the left. Sleeping towards your right and sleeping over your abdomen, both are very harmful. How is that sleeping at left is safe, right is not safe? Because they change the way your energy channels work. So, sleeping towards the left is safer. When you sleep towards the right, what happens is you accumulate more toxins in your body. By sleeping towards the left, you eliminate more toxins and you don't accumulate them during the sleep. Okay, and sleeping towards the left keeps your body warmer, which is required to do the functions while sleeping. See, comparatively nights are cooler. Even in deserts nights are cooler, especially they are more cooler in deserts. So at that time, if your body is not able to keep itself warm, the energy whatever you have will be spent in keeping the body warm, so the growth can be affected. So keep the body warm. Of course, a blanket is required. The traditional knowledge says there should be at least a thin cloth over the body. We should not sleep, open to the sky. There should be at least a thin cloth over the body, which helps in, preserving the heat loss excessively from the body. And sleeping towards the left ensures you have a normal heat maintained in the body effortlessly. So the body can focus on doing the other vital task. The vital task we will see in the next slide. To get a really good sleep after dinner, just stroll in the natural environment. Strolling is not equal to walking. Walking is, you walk. Strolling is you walk like, a couple walking in a park. They don't have to really walk, but they walk because it is nice to walk. They explore. It is just going around nature and enjoying. It is not with the motive of losing weight or giving exercise. No, that is not strolling. You casually walk because you just want to enjoy the walking. That is strolling. Do that and then come to bed. You will really get a good sleep. Okay. And what can boy do while resting? See, we saw about sleep. Now we are speaking about rest. Rest is not sleep, but you can get rest while sleeping. Even when you're not sleeping, we require rest. That is equally important. Gandhiji says, change of work is rest. Hello? Change of work is rest. So when you're doing a work, you feel tired with the work, change your work. That is giving rest to your body and mind without being counterproductive. You can be productive by giving another work to yourself. And relaxation is different from rest. See, when you rest, you may not get relaxation, but relaxation will give you rest. Relaxation is not doing anything and relaxing your muscles, your body, your breathing. You are consciously giving yourself relaxation. Highest form of health is when you can work relaxed. That's the highest form of relaxation, but that requires a lot of practice to attain. So, in our normal terms, rest is different, relaxation is different, sleep is different. During sleep, you have to be relaxed and you have to get rest. Unless this two happens, the sleep is not complete. Okay. So, when you rest, either your body can become lazy or you can energize yourself. Both can happen. That depends upon how well you rest and what you choose for resting and relaxing. Relaxation is not watching TV. Relaxation is not listening to music. Relaxation is not reading paper. No, that is another work. Watching TV is a work, is a passive work. Going through WhatsApp is not relaxation. Going through YouTube is not relaxation. That is a passive work. Relaxation and rest is not doing something and focusing on your body and telling it to relax and relaxing by telling it to relax. Okay, then it is energizing. And if you do it for a long time, see, when the focus to work will keep reducing, once it reduces beyond certain limit, finish relaxation and go to work. If you continue it beyond some time, you may become lazy. Do that only if you're physically very tired to work. Otherwise, don't do it. Okay, when you're physically very tired to work, you may take off some more time to rest. Otherwise, don't do. Okay, and rest is needed when needed. When your body says you to rest, you're not able to work. No, you have to take rest. You have to either relax yourself or you have to sleep. That rest is required. Okay, don't think it is daytime. I should not sleep because they told not to sleep in daytime. That is the rule. But there are some places where exception is always there. Because working always, even though your body is able to, for example, some people have a goal in the mind, they want to work continuously. You may be able to work today, but not every day. So, discipline is even the workaholic nature, keeping aside and coming back to your routine of the day is more important. That is discipline that we have to grow. And between the work, you rest whenever required. You will analyze your work, what you've done, and what you should do. This is very important. If you're an entrepreneur, if you want to grow, if you're not mechanically doing a job, if you want to improve your work strategy, it is required. A small rest in between can actually do something better. So if your work, for example, you're an IT professional, you're continuously coding, don't do it. Every 1 hour once, take a break, go for a walk. You may think it's wasting time. No, it's like sharpening your axe. You can cut better. Okay. That relaxation is what all the real thinkers have definitely in their life. When you just go and change your environment, change your mood, change your people around you, you get better ideas because it relaxes your mind. Relaxed mind gains energy. Tensed mind loses energy. So relax yourself between the work. It can improve your work. And body needs it. Mind demands it. When you become addicted for resting and relaxing, don't keep an activity while relaxation because mind can get addicted. Then it'll always want relaxation. No, don't do it. Relaxation is an activity and it is done alone. Don't mix anything in the activity like mobile, Facebook, WhatsApp. No, that is not right way. And depriving sleep for any reason is very harmful. It can accumulate more toxins in the body. It can cause brain damage, sometimes irreversible. All the functions of the body will be affected. Every function which you know, which you do not know, right from cell division, right from gene coding, everything can get affected because of sleep deprivation. Do not do. And tamasic person means, so this all these rakshasas, they are awake at the night. They sleep at daytime. Okay, that is because they're highly tamasic. If you're awake at night, you will gain that nature of being tamasic. Okay, what is tamasic? It is inactivity. It is wrong activity. Inactivity is the beginner level. Wrong activity, destructive activity is advanced level. So you may start in a beginner level when you deprive yourself of sleep. You may feel lazy the next day. You may want to disturb somebody who is working. That is the another level. That nature will come inside you if you deprive yourself of sleep, even for a single day. When you continuously do it, your nature will change. Now you become tamasic, you won't be interested in having a goal in your life. You will just exist. People are going to this state without even knowing, and as a community, we are going into this state because being awake in the night is very much high, and the sleep quality is very poor because of the wrong food. This is making most of the people very lethargic. If you want to change lethargic, motivation doesn't work because motivation is impulsive. When you talk motivated, they get motivated, but it won't end because their mind is not able to receive it. The mind is something somewhere else. Lethargic nature in the society can be removed by changing the food and following the rules of sleeping. Okay, just by improving your sleep, you can start getting a better health very effectively. So put these rules of sleep from tonight for everybody in your family. Please tell them the importance of these things and make them follow. Make arrangements in your home so these things are followed easily. Okay, some things require some alterations in your home, definitely. Do that and see the changes. Don't do anything else, just change the way you sleep. You can see difference. You will be feeling more enthusiastic to work the next day. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. The other things we'll see in the further coming days. If you have any doubts regarding sleep, please let us have a small question answer session now. 10 more minutes. Anybody having any doubts?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Kritika here.
Yes, tell me.
Uh, about children sleeping, till what age do you think a child can be sleeping with a mother, with his or her mother?
See, when the children, like we used to sleep with our parents till we were like, we don't remember that. When we started understanding things, then my parents trained us to go to camps. See, my parents actually trained us to stay alone, like, not from parents, because they thought if we are so much attached with the kids, then in future days, they may not be able to go out and learn or, go for education or go for working. They may not be able to go. So they trained us intentionally from the childhood. And we also tell that to our patients. So I think till a child is a child, they should sleep. It's not by age, it's by the maturity. If a child does not require so much emotion support, then the child can sleep alone. Some kids act very mature, okay? They require an emotional support, a cuddling, or a physical support only when they require, otherwise, they don't require. So, for those kids, you can keep them away. Maybe I think, 7, 8, or 10. When they understand, they can sleep alone. But of course, it purely depending upon the mother and the kid, because the mother wants the kid with them, the kid wants the mother with them. This all is not a fixed rule, but we should know once the kid becomes at least a teenager, they should be given a private space with the control, with the monitor, because they should be ensured. They see, I'm not telling you to give a room. I'm telling you to sleep away. So you all can be in the same room, but sleep away. The beds can be away, at least 3 to 4 feet apart, so that the energy things don't mingle. That's all is required. Suppose anybody in the family is energy level deprived, you are more healthy. You can see, it's like you have some 10 lakh rupees. They have 1 lakh loan. You are going to pay. You should have 10 lakhs. You yourself have only 1 lakh. You paid. Now what you will do? So you have more energy, surplus positivity. You can heal others. Healing, I'm not meaning Reiki, pranic healing. Those things will happen naturally just by being near, which means if you gain energy continuously by doing some practice, don't go inside a gang of people where they suck the energy. It can be even a family member. So sleeping away from others is really helpful. Kids can sleep close as long they are kids. And is there anything else you asked, madam? Hello?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello?
Good morning, sir. My name Priya.
Yes.
Actually, the problem with me is whether I go to sleep at 9 or I get my sleep by 12. By 3:30, I somehow wake up. But after that, I don't get sleep. And I, just toss and turn on the bed and I get up by 4:40, 4:45. So do you think that the amount of sleep which I'm getting in those hours is sufficient? Or like, what do I do? Like every day, my sleep breaking at 3:30. Every day it happens.
When you get up, are you thirsty?
No, I'm not thirsty.
Do you feel discomfort when you get up?
No, not at all.
Naturally
It's
wake
not
up.
that. Yes, actually I wake up, but I just try to, push myself in the bed. Like, what will I do from 3:30? I get up by 4:30, 4:40, and then just keep loitering around here and there. And then by 5:15, I sit to do yoga and all, or go for my walks. But that from 3 to 4:30, 4:40, I just push myself. That
But
what
throughout
do
the
I
day,
do?
do you feel fresh or do you feel lethargic?
No, I don't feel lethargic as such. I'm perfectly fine.
So what time do you eat in a dinner?
My dinner, I have it by 6:30, 6:45, 7.
And usually what do you eat?
Usually, like I have very simple dinner. I have like dalia, or I'll have simple roti sabzi.
I think you get up early is not a wrong thing.
Yes.
Do you meditate?
No, sir. I cannot. I'm very restless. I cannot sit in a place for more than 5 to 10 minutes. And I've tried. Like many people told me, since you're getting at very good time, your sleep breaks off at very good time. Why don't you sit and meditate? But I just cannot. I just cannot sit.
Okay.
I can do yoga by 5:15. I begin with pranayam and all that. But somehow I get so restless. My mind gets so restless when I sit and try to meditate. So
okay, when you come to the sessions continuously,
okay,
after a few weeks you will be able to meditate, because meditation is not like how others tell. It's not a difficult process. It will happen naturally. It will happen when your mind is at a calm state. You will experience that soon. But I think you get up early is not wrong, because you don't feel deprived of sleep. You feel fresh. It's not bad. And you do this happens every day. So I think your
Oh.
body is set to get up at that time. And
Okay, sir.
this happens for people if they sleep in a place where the fresh air comes inside their home. Is your
Okay.
sleeping condition like that? Is the fresh air coming to your home inside your bedroom?
No, sir. We to switch on the AC and sleep. I just cannot sleep with my windows open. I don't know. That's another problem.
Okay, so this, I'm not sure whether this is completely healthy or there is something bad in it. But as long as you're not feeling tired, it is okay. When
And
you
I don't
start
sleep in
following,
the.
when you start following whatever I'm saying every day, please
Okay.
come to the session and put into practice what we are discussing here.
Okay,
If
sir.
your pattern changes, then it is getting improved definitely.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Whatever may be the wrong, that it will get fine tuned. And one thing regarding the duration of sleep, generally for everybody I'm telling, a normal adult requires minimum of 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Kids, the newborn kids, infants will sleep almost 22 hours. They sleep almost the full time in the day. Till they get at least 8 or 10 years old, they have to sleep at least 10 hours. That ensures a proper physical and mental growth. It is recommended till 9-10 years, or even till they attain their puberty, the teenage. They sleep by 8 in the night and get up by 5 or 6 in the morning. That is really, really helpful for the kids to develop a stronger physique and a very stronger mind. Villages have a strong mind. They have a very direct mind. They have very natural mind. They have very direct mind. They can't think here and there. They can't misinterpret what is. They understand directly. Okay, they don't think something else and all. That nature comes when you sleep well. See, I'm not saying you should not think somewhere else, but that is preventing us from understanding and seeing what is actually in the nature. We are trying to think something else and not experiencing what we have. So sleeping for kids is very important for long duration. Yes. Anything else? Anybody would like to ask anything? Okay. So if you don't have anything, or if you want to ask anything in the group, also you can definitely ask. And
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, good morning, Shaktiji. I'm Pankaj from Jammu.
Yes.
I just want to ask that what is your suggestion about afternoon sleeping? Because if are just taking rest in afternoon, so naturally we are just going to sleep late at night. So what are your suggestion that whether we should take a nap in afternoon or not?
See, after food, we should rest. Rest, I mean, sit simply for a while, not having any phone or TV on, nothing. Just simply rest, simply sit, not lying down. But when you have a heavy meal, you cannot sit straight. So that time, what you can do, you can lean somewhere, either recliner or lean in towards the wall or something like that. But don't in your office. If you are there in the office, don't keep your head on the table and lie down. That is going to accumulate more toxins, especially after food. Okay. Otherwise, it's fine. But after the food, don't do that. And don't prepare yourself on the bed and sleep. So you're sitting, you're just leaning on the wall and you are resting and relaxing. You doze off. It's okay because your body took it. But then after some minutes, you will be awake. That time, don't decide to sleep. Don't look around and lie down. That is not going to help, because sleeping in daytime, either with work or without work, like after your work also, if your stomach is filled with food and you sleep in daytime, the digestion will become toxic. The digestion won't happen properly. It'll produce more toxins than nutrients. This happens every single day. Then the belly fat actually accumulates. This belly fat is coming not because of your excess food. It is because of the toxins created that accumulates in the belly. This won't go easily even if you do exercise. And sleeping daytime will actually make your brain capacity come down. Small, short power naps are helpful. If your sleep is less than 20 to 30 minutes, it is helpful. But beyond that, it actually damages the brain more than it can help the brain. So, working women, after finishing all the household, you eat food, you feel tired. So, prepare your body to gain the energy to digest before you eat food. For example, any hard work, don't come and eat immediately. After hard work, come, relax, sit for some time, relax, take a shower, rest for some time, breathe well. If you want, lie down and relax yourself in Shavasana. Then get up and have food patiently. You won't have that requirement to sleep after food. So, in my college days, what I used to do, we go here and there in the hospitals, come back for lunch. After food, we feel very tired. So, what I used to do, I come back from my college hospital and take a small nap. Then get up, freshen myself, and go to have lunch if I'm hungry. Otherwise, go back to college. Because we may require rest, but we think we want food. We are training ourselves like that with this modern excess food availability. It is not so. You may just get energized with this, the tumbler of juice or a fruit. That will also do. Because when you're working, we always don't require excess food. So this way you can reduce your sleep if it is high, and you can avoid sleeping after food by sleeping a little bit before the food and gaining energy to digest the food very easily. This way it will be much better.
Thank you, Shakti.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to ask anything? Okay, so I think we can end the session. Thank you so much for attending. Daily, please come and attend the session and share this to others, because whatever I'm telling you regarding food and lifestyle will ensure everything else you learn in every other session, you can do it effectively. Because I'm like giving you the user manual for the body and the mind. With the user manual, you can use your body and mind effectively by learning whatever you're learning. Okay. So thank you so much for attending this session, and thank you for the interaction. Please share the word and let us meet tomorrow again.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.